Alright, in the light of current events, we are sort of forced to ask ourselves this question. What can I do when the power goes down? What can I do to keep my devices powered when the power grid goes off? Well, let me show you my solution for it. And before I begin, let me just get into the scope of this video. The scope of this video will be basically battery power. The levels of power we're dealing with are basically battery power, namely, 16340, 18650, and 21700. Those levels of, power and energy storage. We're not going to talk about, megawatts, kilowatts, or hundreds of watts of, a continuously generated power. We're basically just talking about what you can do to keep your lithium battery devices powered when the grid goes down. So let me just show you my solution for it. Now let's start with the power generation part and then move on to the power storage and power utilization part. So power generation part is pretty simple. This is what I use. It's an AllPower's solar charger, and I'll try to put a link in the description for it if I can actually find it on a foreign retail site. But it basically unfolds and you have 3 solar panels that are connected to a USB out port that you can you can basically have you can basically take the power out of the cells using a USB-A, using a USB port, or you can use a DC jack. So that's the power generation part. Pretty simple. And I will show a few clips at the end of the video showing how much power you can get out of these, but in general, the most I've gotten out of it is around 12 watts. So, and that's on a really clear day, sunny day. So that's sort of, on fast charge territory. Okay, so that's the power generation part. Let's actually now talk about the power storage and utilization part. So how am I gonna get power from here that's only available during the day into my devices, which I kind of need to use all the time? Well, let's talk about this. This is a power bank that you can basically put your own, batteries inside. You can put your own, 18650 or 21700 cells inside. And this power bank is fast charge capable, so it can fast charge these cells from a USB-C in. And likewise, it can also fast discharge out, so you can fast charge your phone up to 18 watts or other devices as well. So yeah. This is what I use to get power from the solar panel, and what I use to basically use the stored power. So let me just actually show you how I actually set it up to, get power from the solar panel. And it's pretty simple. And you basically just plug it in, plug the power bank in to the solar panel and unfold it. And if you're in the sun, there's sufficient light, it will basically just charge. It's that simple. I'll show you a few clips of that. All right, so we're out here in the open. The weather conditions are cloudy, overcast, as you can see. So under these less than ideal circumstances, let's see how much power we can get out of this solar panel. So let's unfold it, get our power bank, and currently our power bank has 2 18650 cells that are around half charge. So let's plug it in and see how much power we can draw from it. Alright, it's in. Red LED is illuminated, indicating charging. And we take a look at the voltage and ampere reading. We're getting about 2.5 watts. A little under 2.5 watts. It's workable. It's slow, but it's still workable. And considering these less than ideal situations, it's actually pretty decent. Alright, so this isn't exactly direct sun. There's still some clouds overhead with the sun shining through it. So this is a little bit closer to ideal conditions, but still not quite ideal. So let's actually take a look at the power we're getting. And we are getting 5 volts and 1.8 amps. So we are getting really close to 10 watts here. Under still not ideal, but close to ideal situations. So yeah, here we go. And yeah, this is basically the close to 10 watt power is pretty much what you're gonna get out of most non-fast charging wall outlets. USB chargers. But yeah, It's quite impressive to be able to that it's coming out of something this small. So yeah, props to the manufacturer. Now let's actually talk about why I chose this power bank with its removable 18650 or 21700 cells. Because the advantage of, being able to remove and replace cells rapidly and quickly like this is that you can stockpile a shit ton of 21700 or 18650 batteries. And you can, during even in the absence of a working power grid, you can basically just go out during a day with really hot direct sun, and you can just basically charge them up all at once. So even in the absence of a working power grid, you can still maintain a sizable battery power reserve. And what I want to do when I want to say charge my phone off of this power bank with all the power it has absorbed from the sun through the solar panels, I basically just plug this end of the USB. I plug USB-A in, and then whatever this USB-C port goes into, I can basically do something like charge my radio, which has a USB-C port for charging. Yep, and there we go. It's charging, and I'm basically charging my radio using solar power that I've stored in this power bank. All right. So let's say what happens if a lot of your devices are not powered by 21700 or 18650 cells, but instead are powered by something like this, which is a 16340 small battery, specialized battery that goes into flashlights, PEX, lasers, night vision devices, thermals, and some thermal monoculars also use this. What if you want to power this? What if you want to charge these batteries and power your your specialized devices off of solar power? Well, there is a device for it. Boom, here we go. This is an XTAR VC2S charger, and it's a universal charger, so you can basically charge any size of lithium battery out there, and it takes this 16340 battery perfectly. And what you can do is you can use your power bank with the energy that it obtained from solar power during the day, and you can plug a USB-A to USB micro cable into both of the chargers, and boom, here we go. The power bank with the 21700 cells, which has absorbed the energy from the sun via the solar panel during the day, is now charging the 16340 cell connected to the XTAR VC2S charger. Now, why am I doing this instead of plugging this directly into the solar panel? Well, I can actually do that. Let me just demonstrate it. I can actually do that right here, right now. But the issue is this is not fast charge capable. So while the solar panel is capable of throwing out 12 watts, and it's advertised that it can go up to 20 something watts, this can only take something like 5 volts to amp. Well, no, not even 5 volts to it. Yeah, I think this can only do max 10 watts. And most of the time it doesn't even do 10 watts. It does something like 8 watts. So yeah, you are sort of handicapping your power absorption rate if you directly plug this in, this charger with these batteries into a solar panel during the day. You're better off for maximum energy absorption rate, just plugging a fast charge capable charger into your solar panel. That way you get your maximum energy generation and maximum energy storage rate for whatever time you spend out in the sun. And let's face it, when you're in a survival situation, you may not have the luxury of spending all day under the sun. You may have other tasks you need to attend to, or whatever outdoor environment you're in may not be super hospitable to you being there. So let's just put it that way. So yeah, that's basically it. My power generation setup, my power storage and utilization setup. I'll have links in the description as much as possible for where you can actually buy these off of AliExpress. And yeah,